All right, welcome to my FX Buddies special edition. Yay! Okay, I was going to wait till later, but this is really good information and I wanted to do it now while I can speak loudly and clearly. I hope you can hear me. All right, so I'm really happy. I'm not excited, okay, because we keep hearing this, right? But I'm really happy because if you listen to my yesterday's update, which you should, so the video, it's called, and actually, you know me, I put it down here at the bottom. Let's see. There it is. Iraq's economic test. Dinar decline versus oil dependency. Can Iraq save the dinar? So that video's pretty dark. Now, I'm just reporting it like it is. But then today, just 2 hours ago, so what time is this? I can't see the time. Let's see the iPhone. It's 11:04 a.m. California time. And this one here was posted 2 hours ago as of my time. This is Kurdish news, okay? So we're gonna get into it. This is the blog. The link to the blog will be in, wherever you are interacting with this content. Look for a prompt of more info, intro, description, something of that nature. You click on that and somehow the link magically appears and you click it and you go here. And then you can follow along. You can read this article for yourself. You can copy and paste it and send it to someone who may need some cheering up. All right, so let's get into it. Central Bank, the project to remove zeros from the, I'm going to say, Iraqi dinar, is still ongoing and is being planned. Woohoo! Should I read that again for those who are just listening? I'm going to read it again for those who are just listening. The project to remove zeros from the dinar is still ongoing and is being planned. And that's the title. I didn't even try to, make it more exciting. That's the actual title of this article. This is one article. And this is out of Dohak, which I think is in Qatar, right? But anyway, so I'll read this one. Central Bank Governor Ali Al-Alaq confirmed that the 3-year budget included very large expenditures and a high deficit, noting that the issue of removing zeros from the dinar may, okay, they do say may, witness developments in the coming period. Now, what is the coming period? Who knows? Right? On the sidelines of Ali Al-Alaq's participation in the Doha Conference on Economic and Financial Problems in Iraq and the Kurdistan region, Alaq said the budget for the 3 years included very large expenditures, which is why the deficit was high. However, there is ongoing coordination between the central bank and the Ministry of Finance to achieve a high degree of financial stability. He added, the issue of removing zeros from the Iraqi currency is an ongoing project that is being planned, and we may hear developments regarding it in the coming period. Again, right? So that's my phone. He pointed out that with the renewed proposal for the zero removal project, which is currently being prepared, the currency denomination will be restructured in general, including the 20,000 denomination. Okay, so see, I saw this article first. They never released the 20,000 note, right? There were articles saying they were thinking about it because, see, if this 20,000, if they take the 3 zeros off, it'll be a 20. And I know Kuwait has a 20. I don't know. I don't know about the other countries that have dinars. The Jordanian dinar. I don't know, but maybe, I'm sure you guys are pretty smart. You'll let me know if you know. So I was like, this might be an old article, right? Because it's been a while since they talked about this 20,000 denomination. So I said, well, let me go look in Kurdish news, and sure enough, look, he looks green there. They didn't have good lighting, but whatever. No obstacles in way of withdrawing oil revenues from U.S. banks. And then it says Iraq. Okay, so the actual headline ends here. I'll probably fix that. I'll make this writing smaller. So here I'm saying this is in Kurdish news 2 hours ago. So this is Ali Al-Alaq, if you didn't know. This is Ali Al-Alaq. All right, so I didn't know there was an issue of them withdrawing their money. So the governor of the Central Bank of Iraq, CBI, said Wednesday, and today's Wednesday, so this is, I tried to look up online if I could see this, like a flyer or something for this, but it would probably be in Arabic, right? So, yeah. But anyway, there are no obstacles in the way of withdrawing oil revenues from the U.S. banks amid recent reports that Washington has sanctioned tens of Iraqi banks due to alleged violations, including illegal dollar transactions. So maybe the people, the citizens, were worried. I'm not sure. That seems to be coming out of the blue for me. I didn't. That's why I'm a little befuddled. Oh, there's a word for you. By that, but whatever. So there are no obstacles or barriers, that Ali Al-Alaq told the news on the sidelines of the second scientific conference of the College of Administration and Economics at the University of Doha. We receive, and look, this is an ellipsis. They've left information out right here. Okay, but hey, I'm grateful to get, I'd say all the time, I'm grateful to get what I get, right? So we receive, and they've left information out, U.S. dollars daily, and convert it directly to Iraqi dinars to meet the needs of the Ministry of Finance and pay those who are entitled to dollars in exchange for dinars. And you know what? There's an article from the CBI saying how many dollars they sold. And I was like, why are they putting this out? Who cares? I'll add that when I'm done with this, because I don't want this to be longer than 15 minutes. I'm going to add the article that says how many dollars they sold. And I'm going to put it below this article. Okay? So I don't know why they would leave it blank or, cut it out when just yesterday they told us how many dollars. Unless the numbers don't coincide, which is highly possible, right? Anyway, so yeah, all right. So let's read. Iraq's oil revenues are deposited in U.S. banks, namely the Federal Reserve, for the purpose of stabilizing Iraqi dinar, management of inflation, and several other critical reasons. The practice originated after the 2003, I'm not going to say that word, when we went over and liberated Iraq, right, under UN and U.S. oversight. But they use another word. They don't use liberated. They use in something. In August, let's see, we could skip that. I think Well, in case you're listening like on, I'm going to skip that part, okay? Let's see. Here they talk about the budget. The 3-year budget contains significant expenditures, which is why the deficit has increased. Alaq warned, adding there is, however, coordination between the Ministry of Finance and the central bank to ensure greater financial stability. That was in the first article, right? Plans are being implemented in coordination between the government and the CBI to establish a foundation for financial sustainability that will not face shortages and problems. The programs that the government and central bank are working on include increasing non-oil revenues to protect against the shocks that hit Iraq's economy. I believe there will be significant progress on this matter in the future. Financial sustainability is an important and fundamental goal that we are all working on. So there's more about the budget. Okay, yeah, so let's skip that. But a little birdie kind of hinted to me that I should be looking for something 2 days ago. In their special little way of hinting to me that I should be looking for stuff about the budget. But here, however, the 2025 budget table has yet to be submitted to Parliament. So there you have it. I know it's going around that it's been submitted, but this is Ali Al-Alaq himself. He would know, right? So here, removing zeros from currency. Last week, the CBI announced plans to remove zeros from the dinar as part of efforts to strengthen the national currency. Yes, that's what we want, right? Well, I know there's 2 parts. Before someone leaves a comment, this is a lop. I know they have to see, strengthening the currency gives the people purchasing power, right? Which the only way they could do that is to change the rate. But it would be manna from heaven, okay? If I got an article that said, oh, yeah, we're going to change the rate and drop the zeros, okay? The day that we get that article is the day that it's done, right? But so for now, that's why the articles only come out saying we're going to remove the zeros, because that's all they can say right now, right? Okay, so let me start over. The matter of removing zeros from the Iraqi currency is a project that still exists and is ongoing. We are planning for it, and in the future we will see progress on this matter. I know it says future, but guess what? 3 days from now is in the future, right? So 3 days, 3 months, right? Okay. Iraq's national currency, the dinar, has recently demonstrated strong signs of recovery, with the market rate steadily approaching the official exchange rate of 13.20 IQD to the US dollar after a turbulent period of volatility and speculation. So, yeah, and there's my little commercial there. So, yeah. So, remember I said I'm not excited, I'm just happy, because if you read this, I go into there's some pretty steep competition for the next prime minister, okay? That's all I'm gonna say. So I'm like piquing your interest, so go ahead and watch that video and give me a thumbs up, right? Anyway, but if not, that's okay. I just wanted to get this information to you. I hope you can hear me loud and clearly. And optimistic October. We have what? 9 days left in optimistic October. All right. Thank you. I would say this is one to share, right? It's only 15 minutes. It's really good news. Share. And there was other news, so I'll probably do another video later tonight. But that'll be about the other news of the day. All right. And I want to say thank you. Now, you could definitely, come on. This video deserves a thumbs up, right? Can't you give? How about thumbs up because I'm talking louder than normal? How about that? And if you're not a subscriber and you'd like to subscribe, at 11 minutes and 11 seconds, a little icon pops up in the lower right-hand corner. You just tap that and it's free. No charge. And you're subscribed. All right. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of your day.